what it do? My name is Eric Dreisidel, and today I will be giving you a 100% factual Survivor season tier list. If you disagree with me, I hate to inform you, but you are wrong. Alright? So let's just start off now. First season, Survivor Borneo. Where will I be putting Survivor Borneo? Borneo is going C tier. Listen, it's where it all started. It has a lot of novelty in that, and I very much appreciate it, and I think it's a good season for what it had to work with. But there's no strategy. It's just a steamroll for the Rich, Rudy, Kelly, Sue alliance. Pagong gets pagonged, and I don't know, it's kind of boring. So, but it has a lot of charm. It's the first season, so I'm putting it C tier. Alright, you know what doesn't have charm? Australian Outback. This shit is so boring. Australian Outback is F tier. 42-day season just makes it unbearably long. All the players are tired. There's no interesting strategy that happens. No interesting votes. Just, this season's so dull. The best part about this season is a pedophile falling in fire. And, you know, great moment, but it's not enough to save the season. And Africa is barely better. Just a few more memorable moments, but still pretty lifeless. I know all the players were, like, dying on the island. Or not island, but, you know, all the players were, like, half dead, so they didn't really have a lot of energy to create entertaining moments, but the Baran boys were interesting, and it just had enough moments to save it from being F tier. So, Marquesas is C tier. It's like the first season with like a flip, which makes it really interesting. I really like Vesepia. I really like Sean. I think in general this cast is great. I don't like Zoe eye-fucking me every time she looks at the camera, but, you know, you take what you can get with this season. And I think this is, if you're looking at pre-All-Stars, this is one of the best seasons. I'm putting it above Borneo. This is one of the best seasons there is. It's not the best, but yeah, it's C tier. Thailand, season sucks. Cast is super unlikable. Brian is the most unlikable winner ever, except maybe Nick Wilson. But, yeah, there's pretty much nothing good about the season. It is my least favorite season of the show. Amazon. Amazon's a good season. I like Amazon. It might not be good compared to other seasons, but it has a lot of charm. Rob Cesternino is an all-time character. I just think Jenna as a winner is pretty lackluster. This season in general is like really sexist, and that's kind of weird. So, yeah, like there's just some icky moments on the season that bring it down, but I think there's a lot of good moments that help it not be like Africa or Thailand levels, you know? All right, Pearl Islands, the best pre-All-Star season. This season's so good. Fair Play is one of the best villains in the show's history. I'm not a big Rupert fan, but this is his best season by far. And then this is where Sandra's comes from. And Lil is such a funny character because she's just like so unliked by the rest of her cast, and she's wearing a Girl Scouts uniform the entire time. And that's funny. The season's just fun. Like, it's pirates, it's fun. Yeah. All-Stars. This is one of my most controversial opinions. I don't think All-Stars is bad. I think it's not better than Borneo. I think All-Stars is very interesting. You know, first all-returnee season, so it already has that going for it. But also, like, everyone on the season hates each other. Like, and it just makes a really, like, it's a really negative season. I understand why people don't like it. I'm not really sure why I like it, but it just creates this vibe that is so unique compared to every other season that, like, it's just kind of it's interesting to watch it. Like, this is the birth of Boston Rob. Like, I know he's in Marquesas, but this is his coming out party. Like, just everyone on the season is so negative, but it makes it interesting. And for this to be, like, the outcome of their first fraternity season is so interesting. So I'm putting it C tier. I will say the Rich and Sue stuff, that was really bad. One of the worst moments of the show. And same thing with the Jenna quit. Like, people, like, shaming her for that. Like, that's whack as hell. Like, this season should not be this high, even though C tier is not that high. But, yeah, I think All-Stars is so interesting to watch. And so it doesn't, I just can't put it like D or F tier. So it's going bottom of C. It's not better than Borneo. Vanuatu. Vanuatu's B tier. This is like if you want to sound like you know ball, like you say, oh, Vanuatu is one of my favorite seasons. It's a good season. Like, yeah, it's a very interesting story of one man against like 5 women and he somehow wins. Like, it's a very interesting story, and I do appreciate it for what it is. Like, Chris is an all-time winner, just D1 bullshitter. He's so fun. And there are some other good players, like Scout's a good character, Eliza's a great character, Amy is a good player and like interesting character. But the pre-merge is pretty boring. Like, for the life of me, I could not tell you the name of like anyone who got voted out pre-merge, and it's half the season. But I think Chris's run makes up for it in the long term, and so it lands at B tier. I also think Palau's B tier. Palau, it doesn't have like the most riveting gameplay. It is just Tom steamrolling the end. I think it's like kind of like an opposite Vanuatu, in which Palau's pre-merge is so interesting. Like, we will never get something like this where just one team gets absolutely decimated to one person, and it just makes that section so fascinating to watch. Like, just what are they called? Oolong just getting decimated, having to vote out every single one of their players until it's just Stephanie, which I'm not a big Stephanie fan. I'm kind of mad that she's coming back for a 50, but it's such an interesting season, and I do think the Bowie moment especially is an all-time moment. Karen Sucks is an all-time moment, and yeah, I just think the season's good. I like Vanuatu more, but the season's a very solid season. All right, Guatemala. Guatemala's D tier. It's better than Africa. Just nothing happens this season. Like, Gary Hawkins' landscaper's funny. Judd is interesting, but you have one of the most underrated, under the radar winner of all time, by design. Just Stephanie. I don't like Stephanie. Rafe is an interesting character, but no one talks about him. Like, I think he's a great player, but the season's so forgettable. Like, I would struggle to name more than 6 people on this cast. Like, there's Danny, Stephanie, Bobby John, Blake, who got baited, Rafe, Judd, Lydia. Okay, I can't name some players, but you know what I mean. This season's just kind of meh, but it's better than Africa, so top of D tier for now. All right, Panama. This season's great. Kasaya is the best tribe ever. Suri is on this season. I don't need to explain Suri. All-time great character. All-time great player. And she's the one holding this absolute just mess of a tribe with the GOAT Shane Powers, and the GOAT Bruce. Aris is somehow the most normal person on that tribe. Like, this season's so funny. Only thing that brings it down is the tribe that Terry's on, that I already forgot the name, is very boring, but at least they just get picked off one by one, and you're left with Courtney in the final 6. So Panama is an A-tier season. Cook Islands is D-tier. Like, yeah, Parvati's on this cast. Yule's on this cast. Like, Ozzy's on this cast. Billy's on this cast. Like, yeah, there are some good players on this cast. What about the other half of the cast that no one remembers? Even the ones that make it deep. Tell me one personality trait about Sundra. The only thing notable about her is that she can't make fire to save her life, literally. Just this season is pretty boring, all things considered. And it's just, even like the I-2-4 narrative of they're the underdogs, like they're fighting against the other tribe. They're an underdog for literally one vote, and then they get Penner on their side, and then they just steamroll, like with no resistance. They're the final 4. Like it's not interesting. Ozzy wins every immunity. Yule just has his idol and can't get voted out. Like, this season's just, it's not good, but the cast really does make up for it. And I think the Candace from Raro tribe in general is such a funny scene to where, like, it's better than Africa. I would rather watch Cook Islands over Africa. You want to know what I would... A terrible segue. Fiji sucks. This season's so boring. It is genuinely one of the most dull pre-merges ever, just because you're starving one tribe and you gave the other tribe a French press. Like, what a terrible twist. By far the worst gimmick of any season. And there's some really bad gimmicks, IOI. Like, the only good thing about this season is the car deal. I think the car deal is one of the most fascinating moments on Survivor, like, ever. Like, to see the reaction that people had and, like, how people just hated Dreams for it, and, like, how Yao Man sees himself as the villain in it. I think it's genuinely so interesting how that whole thing played out. So it's going to be the top of F tier just for that alone. But the rest of the season, like, yeah, you have Earl. Earl's, like, one of the best winners, but he is not enough to save the season, nor is Yao Man. So, yeah, Fiji is top of F tier. I'm making sure my smartphone is listening to this because I love China. This season's so good, dude. The best final 3, like, ever. Each player had a good chance at winning it. Some great strategy and an all-time cast, all-time location. Like, people sleep on location. China is such a good location. Like, and they go so deep in the culture. Just some good gameplay. Todd is he's not really talked about much anymore, but Todd's such an interesting winner. And obviously, like, what happened to him after the show sucks, but, like, his run on the show is great. Courtney is one of my favorite castmates of all time. Bummed she did not get on 50, even though she did not really have a shot. I'm also bummed Amanda didn't get on 50. She's a great character. Jean Robert, he's such an asshole, but, like, he's fun to watch. James is on this season. This season, it's so good. Like, I don't see how this is not an S-tier season. I don't think people talk about it like it's an S-tier season. Like, people have it around, like, Panama, but no, this season is so good. Like, this season is better than Micronesia. Micronesia it's worse than Panama. Like, yes, the Black Widow Brigade exists. Parvati is a great winner. Sari is on this season. You have the Eric fumble of him giving up immunity. That's awesome. That pre-merge is so boring, dude. I'm sorry. Like, you have Chet on this season. You have Joel. You have, like, Johnny B or whatever that guy's name was. The one fan who, like, Joel hated. Like, Jason Siska's on this season. The fans tribe sucks. It's one of the worst tribes ever made. Like, the post-merge makes up for this season so heavily, because I think the post-merge is great. I just think the pre-merge is really boring. and it's hard carried by an all-time post-merge. I'll admit that. Like, it is Vanuatu on steroids, so just boring pre-merge, amazing post-merge. All right, Gabon. Where am I putting the funniest season of Survivor? Gabon's top of B tier this season. This is the goofiest season of all time. The worst winner ever. You have like the worst players, the worst cast of players ever in like an amazing location. The final tribal's so funny. Everyone on the season's so funny, like intentionally or unintentionally. Like Crystal Cox, an Olympian who is one of the worst people at challenges like of all time. This season's so funny. And it's also in one of the best locations. Like, this is just Africa, but better. And they're not dying. So, I think Gabon, like, for what it is, it's also such a unique season to where I just love this season so much. But it's not better than, like, Panama or Micronesia. Like, at the end of the day, this is the worst gameplay on Survivor. Worse than Africa. Like... But this season is, for what it is, it's so funny. So I'm putting it in B tier, top of B tier. Tocantins is a great season. Actually, all-time season. Like, an amazing cast. You have my favorite contestant of all time, Coach. Like, Tyson is an all-timer. JT and Steven is an all-time duo. Taj is such a good character. I like Aaron, Sierra. Everyone hates Sierra in this season, and it's so funny to watch. Like, You also have, like, the best auction. Like, the season's so good, dude. It's such a just classic season of Survivor to where, like, if I was showing someone the game of Survivor who I didn't want to, like, scare away with, like, a ton of twists and stuff, I would show them Tocantins. It's such a, like, solid, like, this is a season you would take home to meet your parents. Like, everyone likes Tocantins, and I don't think this is going to be a controversial opinion. This might be a controversial opinion. I think Samoa's good. It's better than Palau. Yeah. The Russell Show. The Russell Show is such a unique season because it is told from just one guy's perspective, and that perspective is of a very dominant, in-your-face player who loses the game to someone who gets no screen time. I do think that's its biggest weakness. Like, you don't see Natalie doing anything in this season. Instead, you're seeing Shambo and Russell for 5 hours more than you need to see them. So, but I think Galoo's choke, they're choking their amazing position away, is really interesting. I think this is also a season where a lot of the players just hate each other, and I think that makes it really interesting. And Russell, this is the best Russell. Heroes versus Villains, Russell sucks, but Samoa Russell's, like, so entertaining. Sorry. You also have Mick on this season, and Mick's funny. So, yeah, I like Samoa. I think it struggles because it has such an weird edit to where I can't put it any higher, but I think Samoa's good. Heroes versus Villains, I don't need to explain that. All-time season of the show. It's the best All-Star season. I can confidently say that. This is, like, such a perfect season. If it wasn't all returnee players, like, I would advise anyone, if they want to get into the show, to watch Heroes vs. Villains if they want to be hooked. I would not advise them to watch Nicaragua. Nicaragua's really boring. It's better than... Yeah, Guatemala's better than it, but it's better than Cook Islands. Nicaragua's pretty dull. I think Fabio is a hilarious winner. Like, up there with, like, Bob and Gabler of just, like, goofy-ass winners. Fabio's so funny. I think this does have, like, one of the best final tribal councils because they're all mad at each other. The other really good Survivor final tribal council you'll see soon in South Pacific. Yeah, Medallion of Power is boring. The cast is pretty boring. Like, not a lot of memorable ones, except, like, Marty and Fabio and Dan, because rest in peace, Dan. Yeah, this season's just, for tailing heroes versus villains, any season would struggle with that, but Nicaragua just, like, falls flat. Redemption Island this season sucks. It's, Yeah, this season's so boring. Most boring Pagonging ever. Rob is the most obvious winner. There are like some fun moments because Rob is just like so good at the game to where like it doesn't matter what he does, and so he just starts doing shit, and I think that's interesting. But yeah, the season's just me. All right, South Pacific. South Pacific. I like South Pacific a lot. Not a lot, but I like South Pacific. I think it's better than Marquesas. Like, one, it has Coach. I love Coach. Coach is like is my favorite contestant of all time. And two, like, someone with all stars in that it has something that like some people really don't like, but I think it's really interesting to watch. This season has a cult. Like, how that is such. No other season is like South Pacific, except Redemption Island, which has the same format. But no other season is like South Pacific, and it has one of my favorite episodes of all time in the episode where Brandon gets booted, and it's just like talking about like faith and like just it's like the season has some great moments, but it also at the end of the day does have a really boring Pagonging. The cast isn't all that great. Shout out Michaela. She sent me a video one time because like someone just a string of connections led it to where Michaela was sending me videos at like some Survivor convention. So shout out Michaela. But other than that, this season I like this season. It's not better than Palau, but I think top at C tier is a good place for the season. One World sucks. This might be the worst cast. Probably not Thailand's worst, but One World has such a bad cast. Everyone on this season except Kim is a bad player. Sabrina's not bad. I don't think Chelsea's that bad, but everyone else except the final three sucks at the game. Colton and Alicia are some of the worst people to ever play Survivor. Worst as in, I think they're terrible people. Yeah, this season it blows. It's an interesting twist, too, which sucks. Like, they wasted this twist on such a boring season. Alright, Philippines. Philippines is my favorite season of the show. I think every part of this season is so interesting and so great. The first four boots where Matsing just gets killed are some of the, like, so interesting. I think it's Oolong, but better. Like, just seeing a tribe so dejected and so depressed. The episode where Russell gets booted is probably my favorite episode of all Survivor. And then after tribe swap is interesting, you have the moment, like, the stalemate in the mud where Carter just says, Rice fuels us. That's funny. It's the least interesting part of the season, but I still think it's good. And then the post-merge is just great. So many fun boots. Jeff Kent's boot is so interesting. Ave Maria just winning an immunity, like, at the wrong time is interesting. Penner winning immunity at the wrong time is interesting. Like, this season's just so good. I like Denise as a winner. Only bad part is that Scoopin got second. And that's a real bummer. But I love Philippines, man. Like, this is my favorite season of Survivor. You know what's not my favorite season of Survivor is Caramoan. This season. This has the fans tribe on the season is the worst tribe in Survivor. None on Thailand are that bad. None on One World are that bad. Like, the fans tribe is so boring. Everyone on that tribe sucks at the game. The favorites tribe isn't much better. This is just a Cochrane steamroll. Yeah, not a lot of interesting gameplay, except from analyzing just Cochrane's perfect game. You have two interesting moments with the three amigos, like back-to-back tribals of the Hold Up Bro, and the Double Idol tribal. Like, those are interesting, but yeah, the season it's so boring. Blood vs. Water. Blood vs. Water is a great season. This is the best iteration of the Blood vs. Water format. This is the best Redemption Island we've ever gotten. I think it's better than Pearl Islands. Tyson is one of my favorite players, and him winning this game is so I like a lot. I think, yeah, this is a good season. I will say, like, some of the loved ones are very boring, like John Cody, and there's like someone else I'm forgetting. Katie's funny because she doesn't want to be there, like, at all. Like, there are just some duds on casting because you either wanted the loved one and had to bring on the former player, or vice versa. It's not as bad as San Juan del Sur. We'll get to that. But, yeah, I think Blood vs. Water is a great season. And top of A tier. Cagayan, easy S tier. I think it's better than Heroes vs. Villains. Not much needs to be said. Tony has one of the most fun-winning games ever. This is one of the best casts ever. There's no, like, boring part of the season. Like, the worst part of the season is Lindsay quitting because she wants to punch Trish really badly. And I think that's hilarious. There's no dull moment on Cagayan. Everyone knows how good Cagayan is. So, yeah, S tier, very easy. San Juan del Sur. I know I alluded to San Juan del Sur being bad, but I think it's a B tier season. I like it more than Samoa. San Juan del Sur. I really like Natalie. I really like Jeremy. I really like just a lot of things that happen on the season. Problem is, like, half the cast is pretty boring. Like, when you have, like, cast members like John Rocker's wife, Julie, Alec is so dull. Like, there are very few loved one pairings that are both good TV, like Keith and Wes. They're both hilarious. Rest in peace, Keith. Josh and Reed are good. I like Val for the short time she's on. Like, I just think this is a solid season, but it's not better than, like, the things above it, you know? So, San Juan del Sur, a solid B tier. All right, one of my most controversial opinions. I'll tell you why Worlds Apart is high B tier. It's my first season of Survivor. This is the thing that hooked me. I'm not sure how this season's so negative. This cast kind of sucks. But it's another thing like All-Stars where I kind of just like watching people hate each other. Like, I think it's interesting. And so you have this cast of like Dan and Rodney and like Joaquin, who like are like pretty unlikable people. But Will also sucks. I forgot about him. Like, this cast is just so bad, but it's my first season, so I'll always have nostalgia for it, and I do think it is a very interesting story. It's the first time we had a winner just like outright immunity his way through the game after just the worst mistake a winner has ever made. Like, I don't know. I will always like Worlds Apart, and I do think it does have good moments. Like, but yeah, high B tier. I doubt people will agree with this, but it's my first season. What can I say? Cambodia, not controversially, not S tier. Cambodia is a great season. This is some of the most interesting gameplay ever on Survivor. Like, it is a season full of game bots, and that's kind of a problem, but just great gameplay all around. I think the cast is really good, barring some stinkers like Jeff Varner and Shane Powers should have been on this cast. But yeah, I think Cambodia is just universally agreed upon a great season. Like, this is the rise of Kelly Wentworth, rise of Jeremy, really. I just think, yeah, I really like Cambodia. My second season, so I also have a lot of nostalgia for it. I did not vote for the cast because I didn't know like anyone except the Worlds Apart people. But I really like Cambodia. 32, Ko Wrong. Ko Wrong's, I mean, it's better than Worlds Apart. Nah, I like Gabon better. Come on. Alright, there we go. Ko Wrong, it's a great season. Good season. Good, great. Just interesting cast. Like, the 30s, like, there's a problem with the 30s where they all kind of, like, feel like the same, and they all kind of blend together. But, like, this is the season where, like, kind of starts feeling like that, but it's the most unique one. You know? You know what I'm trying to say? I just think Ko Wrong has good gameplay, good cast. I'm one of the few Jason fans in this world, because I think he's an asshole, but I think he, like, is a genuinely interesting villain. So, and I think Michelle deserved the win. Yeah, this season has, like, Aubrey, Ty, Sydney. It has a just great cast, as I said, and I think the gameplay is interesting. Yeah, I like Ko Wrong. Millennials versus Gen X. This is a good season. Ooh, do I like it more than Blood versus Water? I think I do. Yeah. Do I like it more than... No, I don't like it more than Cambodia. Millennials versus Gen X. This is another, just, like, you show this to someone for, like, if they've never seen Survivor, this is a great season to hook people on. Like, this is weirdly a season where, like, I've met people who have only watched one season of the show, and it's this season for some reason. Like, I just think this is such a good season of the show. It has a good cast, barring, like, Taylor. Like, I just think, yeah, I really like this season. And, yeah, top of A tier. Game Changers. Oh, Game Changers. Are you better than Africa? Yeah, you're better than Cookout. Oh, nope, you're not there. Game Changers. What a terrible boot order. What? Just all the good players except Sari get voted out, like, pretty much immediately. And you just have this post-merge of players they grabbed out of a, like, just hat and pulled names. Like, I'm convinced they just lotteried. Like, they bingo balled all the players and just got this cast. Like, this season is, ugh. And you have, like, moments like the Varner incident. Like, yeah, I don't really like this season, but it's, like, it's newer, so it just has, like, inherent quality that seasons like Africa or Thailand or Australian Outback have, to where it's, like, it's polished shit, but it's still shit, you know? So I think, like, mid-D tier is a good place for Game Changers, and I do think there's some interesting things that happen in it, but it's just some bad. But I think D tier is a solid place for it. Heroes, Healers, Hustlers. Where do I put this? I'll go C tier. No, Marquez is better. Yeah. Just, this is where forced fire making happens, which really puts a dark cloud on the season, but I actually think this is a solid cast. There's some good gameplay, like some good moments. That one tribal council where Mike throws the idol in the fire for pretty much no reason other than for just, like, edits. Yeah, I think that's cool. I like Chrissy. I like Devin. Like, most robbed player ever. Like, the season's just such a season of what ifs, because it really does get dampered down by the forced fire making, and so I can't really put it higher than, like, C tier. But I do think this is, like, a decent season in the show. This was the season that I stopped watching Survivor. I came back to it, so I knew about the forced fire making. But, like, yeah, I just think the season's good, but not great. And it does have that bad moment. Where do I put this in D tier? Ghost Island. I don't like Ghost Island. I like it more than Game Changers. I like it more than Nicaragua. Ghost Island is carried just by that final tribal council, and the whole edit is leading to that. So while they edit it to make it like that tribal council like feel like impactful, like they couldn't have edited it in a better way for that tie vote to matter more. The problem with that is they made a season where it was 2 players and then like 16 cardboard cutouts. Nothing really interesting happens this season. It's just Dom and Wendell running the game, leading to that final tribal. So, like, it's an interesting experiment what they did. Oh, I also think Ghost Island sucks as a gimmick. Just really boring. Nothing really happened with it. Yeah. I just think this season like suffers just from being dull, except one moment. You know what isn't dull? David vs. Goliath. I think I like Tocantins. No, I like David vs. Goliath more. This season got me back into Survivor. I think all-time cast. You have all-time gameplay. Mike White is on the season. Only bad part is the winner. Like, you just have... This is a season where they're like... It was like Survivor still has it. Like, they had some duds. They had Ghost Island. They had Heroes, Hustlers, Game Changers. But this was a very good bounce back. And I think it showed that, like, give Survivor a good cast and you're going to get a good season. Like, I just think David vs. Goliath is a great season. And, yeah. I don't like how... Well, like, I do like who they brought back for 50, but I don't like how 3 people from David vs. Goliath are brought back. Like, they didn't need to bring back Mike White. They could have gotten someone, like, more interesting. They could have brought back Andy. Like, but, yeah. David vs. Goliath is a great season. Edge of Extinction. I like Edge of Extinction, I think, more than the average person, but I still think it's C tier. South Pacific. I think I like more than Heroes, Healers, Hustlers, but Edge of Extinction is really interesting. I am not joking. I can flex this with full sincerity. I saw the Chris win coming from, like, for a while, because they were just talking about, oh, I didn't play a perfect game, oh, I suck, even though he's on an island where they could come back, and I thought, damn, he's going to win the game. Like, I saw the Chris Underwood win coming from a mile away, and so when everyone was like, oh my god, this is bullshit, Gavin got robbed because they just brought back this guy from getting voted out, and then all of his friends were on the jury, like, I saw it coming, so I wasn't mad about it. I was hyped that I got it right. So I think that's why I see this season, like, in a positive light. And I do think, like, this season's funny. I don't think it's very good, but I think it's funny. Like, War Dog is such great casting. Yeah, this cast, like, it kind of sucks, but it's like in a Gabon way, where I think they're, like, it's kind of like a train wreck to watch them. But, yeah, I do like Edge of Extinction. Not enough to put it, like, in the top half, but I do like Edge of Extinction. IOI, terrible season. 40. 40. Where do I put 40? This is such a polarizing season. I think the format kind of struggles. I think, like, the fire tokens especially. But I think the boot order is really tragic that all the old school players got voted out first. But it's winners at war. Yeah, I think that's right. It's an all winners season. Like, it's just, like, this season can never be replicated. I do think, if you look at this season, like, not watching the episodes, like, what happened, like, and you don't know that Tony wins the game in the end, like, you would say this is the most disappointing season we could have gotten. The boot order, it sucks. What the fuck are fire tokens? And, like, yeah, I get it. But Tony really carries this season. And I think it really is just, like, this celebration of Survivor to where it has this energy that I don't think will ever be matched. Hopefully 50 can match it, but yeah, Winners at War it's a very flawed season for sure, but I will always appreciate this season, and I think it gets overhated, even though I understand why it gets hated, So, all right, 41, the new era. Where does the first season in the new era go? It's worse than Africa this season. This season, man. You want to talk about a negative season, 41, that's where it really gets dragged down. This season's just so, like, the cast is kind of unlikable. The hourglass twist. Oh my god. This season just struggles, man. So, I think just D tier for this season. It's like, yeah, I don't know. This season was not a good bounce back. 42 was a better bounce back, but I still think it's like C tier. I like it more than... I like Borneo more than that. Like just C tier. It's the same format, and the format of 41 is not good. And so, like, I don't really like Marianne as a winner. I never did. I think just the gameplay is not great. But it does have a solid cast, and I do like some moments. I do really like Omer. Omer is one of my favorite New Era contestants, and he really carries. Like, that Lydia boot is just watching him go to everyone and, like, be snaky. It's great. So I think it's definitely better than 41, and it's good enough to be a C tier, but yeah, it's good. Not much. 43, another one of my controversial opinions. Jeez. I like 43. I think it is, like, 90-minute episodes, this is the best season. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't like 44. I think it's better than Palau, better than Samoa. I don't think it's better than San Juan del Sur. 43 is great. I don't understand why people hate on the season. I do, actually, because Gabler wins. But I did kind of see the Gabler win coming. And I just think it's funny. Like, if you want, like, the experience of watching a good game, like, Jesse is on this season. And Jesse's arc is really interesting as a fallen angel. Like, I don't get why this season is hated so much. Because I actually think it's a good season. It's better than 42, and it's better than 44. I don't like 44 that much. It's worse than All Stars. I think 44 is, like, boring. Like, it's not boring. It's better than Guatemala, but I just think, like, the cast isn't that interesting. It's just a steamroll of these three players who, I like two of them. I don't like Carson, but I like Jam Jam and Carolyn. I think they're cool. And, yeah, 44, like, people loved this season when it came out. The reception has kind of died down. I think people started to realize how kind of boring it is. 44, I'm not the biggest fan, but I recognize it is, like, good enough to be C tier, at least. 45, ooh, this season's good. Blood vs. Water is such a good gate mark, because, like, I think Blood vs. Water is, like, the worst amazing season. Like, ooh. Do I like it more than Winners at War? I do. I do like it more than Winners at War. I like it more than Blood vs. Water. I think 45 is great. Like, yeah, is it kind of the same thing that happens in 44? Yes. I think it's just a lot better in 45. I think D, just in the game, not talking about her as a person, D is a great winner. I think I really like Austin. I really like Drew and Julie. I think that's her name. And I think the supporting cast of people who just get completely played by them is interesting. Jake is on this season, and Jake is like a train wreck. And Katura and Bruce, like, Katura just hating Bruce and fucking over Jake the entire season. Like, it's fun. Like, it's not a season of, those four really do dominate, like, off their gameplay. but it's also paired with like their opposition just shooting themselves in the foot. Emily's on this season. I love Emily. And Caleb. I like Caleb. Like, this season's good. Like, and people know it's good, but I think, yeah, I'm just a fan of 45. But yeah, it's worse than Millennials versus Gen X. So, like, high A tier. 46. Ooh, 46. 46. Is it better than 45? Yes. Is it better than Millennials versus Gen X? Yes. It's better than Cambodia. It's S tier. 46 is so funny. This season, man. This season. Like, did Charlie get robbed? Yes. Did Kenzie, like, if Gabler did not exist, Kenzie is by far the worst New Era winner. But I do like Kenzie a lot. This season's just really funny. Like, it's Capone, but better. This season, man, it's such a train wreck. Like, and it's capped off by the best player this season not winning, and that's what all people talk about. People talk about just how funny this season is in general. Like Q, everyone loves Q. Yeah, they didn't cast any duds on this season. I can't think of a genuinely bad casting choice on this season. It's such a funny season, but the gameplay really does. But the gameplay is pretty bad, so it's not as good as China. But you do have 4 people getting voted out with idols consecutively. Like, this season's amazing. It's my favorite New Era season. Because 47, I like it more than 45. I don't like it more than Millennials vs. Gen X. I really like 47. I think this is the best New Era season. It's not my favorite, but I think this is like the best one. Rachel is like a kind of weak winner, but it is kind of like Mike Holloway, where she just like wins her way to the end. But the problem with that is, I think like a Genevieve win or even a Sam win are a lot more interesting of an outcome than a Rachel win. But this season is really good. Like, great cast. They have 3 bangers back to back to back. God damn it, 48 for ruining that. Yeah, I really like 47, and everyone does. Not a lot of people like 48. It's better than 41. It's better than Africa. It's better than Cook Islands. Ooh. It's worse than Ghost Island. 48. I think 48, it struggles a lot with its edit. I think the Kyle win, while it is very interesting, like, I am very happy with the Kyle win. I think I'm not going to say it's satisfactory. I think it's an unsatisfactory win because the entire time the show was propping up the relationship between Eva and Joe, and how Joe is the best player in the game. Joe needs to go. And then, like, Kyle just wins. He doesn't beat Joe. He just takes Joe to the end. Literally takes him to the end. He brings him to final tribal council, like, after he wins immunity. It is such poor storytelling, because I think there is a genuinely, like, good season here. They just needed to tell the story better. The Star and Mary boots are pretty dull. The season is not that good, but I do think it has a solid cast. Like, I do like Kyle. I do like Camilla. I like the relationship between Eva and Joe. Mary is awesome. Yeah, just unsatisfactory season, but when you produce 3 bangers back to back to back, like it had a very, very high bar to pass, and it just unfortunately couldn't do it. That is the last season. I will say, hold up. Did it add? This is if coach wins. And we're putting 50 here. Because I don't know 50 by the time this is recording has not come out yet. But if Coach wins that, this would be the best season of Survivor. So, yeah, this is my tier list. Once again, if you disagree, you're wrong. So yeah, that about wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Bye.